Do I choose vengeance or ebikes? Subscribe to the channel. Video, I thought I'd go over some of the stuff like I needed to fix some of my bikes because I do a lot of e-bike repairs like and upgrades and stuff like that. So I thought I'd go over some of this stuff that I've been doing. Like a lot of people are interested in speed controllers and stuff. Like this one is basically what you would consider waterproof speed controller connections, and this is the easiest controller to hook up. Like if you have a controller like this already on your bike and say you want to upgrade, this is pretty much going to be plug and play, no confusion. Usually you have the motor wire connection. Now, this is a 30 amp controller. And usually when you mess with these controllers like this, and once you get past 26 amps, and you go up to 30 amps, you got to be careful about plug and play on that because the motor wire connection is going to be different. See, this is considered a big 9-pin connection. And so that usually entails, that means you would have to go with a wire connection like this for the motor. But if you see, this is not your usual motor connection. Your usual motor connection is usually smaller, like this one. Small 9-pin connection. So what I end up having to do was I had to slice it and rewire it so the big end connection that'll plug into this, and you end up have to like cut the wires off, slice them, and this is what you would have once you cut that wire. See right here, this is the other half of a wire connection I had to cut off. Not for this one, I don't think, because this, yeah, this was connected to this. So I had to cut that off, and then this is what it looked like before I cut this part off. Let's put that down. Yeah, so I cut this wire in half, cut this one in half, with this one. This was the other half of this one. So I cut that off, and I sliced them together so I can make it fit the bigger motor connection right there on that, because it really comes with a smaller wire connection plug for the 26 amp. When you move up to 30 amp, it comes up to this big one. And see, this big one wouldn't plug into the existing motor that you have on your motor wire on your bike. usually. So they don't exactly make an adapter like this, so I had to create my own. And I tried it out; it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, so it always pays off to know a little bit about uh, soldering and splicing wires and stuff. And this is the wire stripper that I get. This is if you're gonna get into something like that, you definitely want to get a good wire stripper. All right, let's see. Would, take that wire, stick it in there, and it would strip it. It's not long enough. See, strips that back. No fuss, quick, easy. Yeah, and see, you would do that on both sides and then put them together. Yeah, so you would definitely, unless you can find somebody who work on e-bikes and that can do that for you, that's something definitely you might need to learn how to do. But your best bet for upgrading is to get one that are plugged directly into your existing wiring. Because I don't have the other wire that you would have on your bike. It's a it's an all-in-one. It's like a 6-in-1 wire or something like that, and it would that would plug into this, and that's the wire that would run into your throttle. It would have the wire connections for your throttle, your brake shutoffs, and display and all that stuff would run off a wire connect to this. And like I said, it's like direct plug and play. So this would be an easy upgrade for a person. And these 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 two extra ones right here, that would be like your brake light and your pedal assist. Those only two wires that's separate, that runs to the controller. That wouldn't be in your 6-in-1 or 5-in-1 wire that runs to this wire. All right. And this is your learning wire. So sometimes when you plug up these controllers and stuff like that and you go to hit the throttle, your motor will run backwards. You don't panic. You just plug this in. You plug this into itself and then you run it again. You know, it's a certain sequence you do. You run it again. And then when it start running the right direction, then you unplug it and it usually will be set or whatever. So this is the learning wire. And sometimes when you have when your controller have a speed limiter uh, on it, you would have another set of wires like this, similar to this, running off, and it would be for your speed limit. Like it would be plugged up. It would be plugged up like that together already, and it would be like putting a cap on your speed limit. And if I'm correct, I mean I could be wrong because I don't deal with the controllers with the speed limits and stuff like that. You just unplug it, and then even though you unplug it, you still probably would have to unlock it through your display and everything. But you would have to unplug the speed limit wire like that. And yeah, but these the controller, the waterproof connection controllers are usually real easy to upgrade. Like if you have a controller that's a 20 amp or 18 amp, uh, unless you know how to do some splicing and soldering and stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend going up to the 30 because, like I said, the motor wire changes. If you don't know how to make an adapter plug for it, you would have a problem with that. But if you go up to like 26 or whatever, I think they still use the smaller motor wire, which would be about that size, and you can still use that, and it should work just fine. Uh, yeah, so okay, well that's this, because I know a lot of people getting into e-bikes, and a lot of bike shops don't like to work on e-bikes, so it's gonna come a point in time where you're gonna have to learn how to work on your own bike as they get more and more popular and more people getting them. So I'm trying to let you know a little about these controllers and stuff. So this will be your easy upgrade right here. All right, we're gonna set that a little to the side now. This one here, a lot more complicated. Like this one, I'm lucky enough that the manufacturer labeled everything. They labeled all the connections. Like this is for the front motor. This is a dual. By the way, this is a dual motor controller. So this controller here controls two motors at the, because most of the time when you have dual motors, you have two controllers. But this is two-in-one controller that controls two motors. All right. All right, here we go. And this is the other motor wires. Okay, see? Phase wires, two sets of phase wires, and all right, and then you got everything labeled, like this the throttle. This is the single speed switch. That's another issue thing right there. If you got a dual motor ish situation going on, you usually gonna need a single, like a dual switch, single to dual switch. So this was already pre-installed. You don't have to try to wire it up yourself. So this is all labeled up. But as you can see, this is a lot more wires to deal with if you are a newbie and you don't know anything about all hooking these up. And you see how it would be a lot easier plugging up the other one compared to this one. And so the main issues like you might run into with an upgrade like with this one is making sure it fits in whatever you're trying to put it in. That's another issue that you might run into, fit. But yeah, as you can see, this is a little more complicated and it's not waterproof. Like the cello on this one, they did a good job of putting silicone and stuff in the connections to waterproof it. So that's what you can do to try to waterproof these connections is put silicone down up in where the wire will be exposed to keep water from getting in there. Okay. All right, guys. That's this controller. This controller is a 40 amp controller, and it says 48 volt, 1,000 watts times two. So this can control 2,000 watts worth of motor. So each motor could be 1,000 watts. It probably can control a little. You probably can put 1,500 on here too or whatever, and it might be okay. Like two 1,500 motors. I don't think it would blow it up or nothing. But it's recommended like two 1,000 watt motors, and that's what I have. So that's what I would be hooking this up to. So I'm about to plug this up. I finally got my bike. I'm putting this on my Emoco C91. I finally got everything wired up that I need and wires ran and everything. So all I got to do is go plug everything up and put this controller in the controller bag that I've been putting on there. So y'all be seeing this on a video soon. I don't know if I'm gonna video me actually installing it. I was gonna video the results, after results. Okay. And this is another uh, tool you would need to do some rewiring. Sometimes you would use this to. It's called a what kind of this is. Trying to remember where I got this from. I'm pretty sure I probably got it off of Amazon or eBay. And this is a crimping tool for you to crimp your wires, like like for this with the pins. This is the tool you use to crimp your wires, and the pins for this kind of connection. These connections here. You use this kind of tool, crimping tool. Yeah, so if you get into modding and upgrading and stuff, this is one of these. These are two of the tools you definitely gonna need. This this stripper here. This is a wire stripper. Okay.